Good afternoon. Thank y'all for being here. Big win on the road versus number 24 Kansas State. Been a difficult years, and we've been close a couple different times now. A couple missed opportunities, so to have a breakthrough was big. And proud of our staff, proud of our players for finally getting it done on Saturday. Huge weekend for West Virginia athletics. Coach Huggins and men's basketball, big win over Pitt, and then win last night. Men's soccer wins the conference championship. Nikki and her girls women's soccer in the NCAA, winning the first round. So congrats to those teams. Quick recap on our game. Start with special teams. The negatives first. We missed field goal at the end of the half. That was big. I thought that was a great drive offensively. We missed that one. And I think we got to do a better job on our field goal block unit. We really had a chance to affect a field goal there before the half, the one they made, and we didn't get that done. Positives outweigh the negatives, though. We won the field position battle. I thought we won the head-to-head in special teams. They had 0 punt return yards. Our kickoff coverage has been very good all year, and it continued on Saturday. And then the 51-yard field goal by Casey Legg obviously changed the whole last drive for Kansas State. They had to score a touchdown rather than have the opportunity to kick a field goal to win. And then the pooch punt that Josh had to set that last drive. They had to go 92 yards in that last drive. So great job by him. Defensively, the negatives, poor start. That's really 2 weeks in a row. Several big missed opportunities. We had 2 opportunities where balls hit us right in the chest on interceptions that really would have stretched that lead out. We had several sacks and tackles for a loss against Skylar Thompson that we let him get out. And part of that is he's a good player. But we did have some missed opportunities. And then we weren't good enough on third down, especially some 9+ opportunities to get off the field we did not take advantage of. And then we've got to get better at our eye discipline and man coverage. And it's more of our inside players than our corners. The positives are we had 2 huge takeaways. The pick there for Hakeem Bailey to end the game. And really excited for him just because he's been a guy that's really done everything we've asked. He's balled in. He's been fully balled in really going back to January. And for him to make that play, really excited for him. We limited them to 3.2 yards per carry. They're a team that really wants to run the ball. That's who they are. We made them pass the ball 39 attempts. That's not what they want to do. And then we limited their big plays after that early touchdown. And I thought second half, outside the first drive, we played really well. Offensively, the biggest negative were the penalties. We had 6 penalties offensively. 2 of them, what I would deem selfish penalties that happened inside our own 30-yard line that backed us up and took away scoring opportunities. And we didn't take advantage of Norwood's interception. It was a tremendous play by him, and we weren't able to take advantage of that because one of those selfish penalties. And then we had too many negative yardage plays. Some of that's, again, because they're pretty good up front. But we had too many of those. Positives are 0 turnovers, touchdowns in the red zone, had 3 huge touchdown completions on third down. They were, I think, third in the entire country in third down defense coming in, so those were big. Then we had several explosive plays. We won the explosive play battle going away. Some awards, y'all probably don't remember because it's been so long since we won, but we do give out awards when we win. So starting with special teams, I think we released these on special team or yesterday, just kind of give you some background or we released these on social media maybe yesterday, but to give you some background on why these guys won the awards. Special teams player of the week is Josh Groudon, 51 and a half yards, net punt average, the pooch at the end of the game. And then he had a critical hold. This doesn't get talked about much, but if you go back and look at Casey Legg's 51-yard field goal, he made a tremendous hold. The snap was a little high, and he got it down. So he was our special teams award winner. Defensively, Sean Mahone, and he's played 3 consecutive games at a high level. In this game, he's our leading tackler. He had 9 tackles. He had a sack and 2 tackles for a loss. So I think he's playing the best football of his career. Offensively, George Campbell, and I'll say this about George. George has made as much improvement at the receiver position from July until now of anybody I've ever coached, and been doing it, coaching that position in particular for a long time. And can't say enough about him and what he's added to our program. But he had 5 receptions, really 2 games in a row where he's just been just under 100 yards. But he had 5 receptions, 92 yards, 2 touchdowns, both on third downs. And he had a tremendous play. Doesn't have anything to do with offense, but he had a tremendous play on punt where he flew down and got the tackle on punt. Our O-lineman of the week, Mike Brown, played every snap, by far his most productive game of his career. 94% on getting his job done, had 3 or 4 knockdowns, but he was our offensive lineman of the week. And then our scout team players of the week, and these are important, and this is kind of a culmination of maybe over the last 5-6 weeks. On special teams, Naeem Muhammad has done a great job, and he'll have a chance maybe to be in the mix a little bit on some special teams this week. On defense, Alonzo Adai, and guy that we're excited about. He's sitting out this year do the transfer, but he's done a great job for us. And on offense, Grayson Malashevitz from Spring Valley, done a really good job for us. He's redshirting this year, but he'll be a factor for us down the road. Like how he plays, got great hands, can definitely help us on special teams. We'll play receiver here too. So, and then finish up the awards. Our juice guy, best guy on the sideline, and our guys have been consistently pretty good at this. So I'm glad that we get to talk about it for a while. But Blaine Scott is our juice guy of the week. He brought it on Saturday. And then community service. Our guys have done a ton of community service. We don't really publicize that because I don't think that's why you do it. But Adam Hensley has done tremendous all semester. And so he won our service award for this week. So those are our award winners. But much needed win, and a win that I thought that was our most complimentary game of football we've played all year, where all 3 phases really had a hand in it. So turn the page to Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State 7-3 overall, tied for second in the Big 12, I believe. They've won 3 consecutive games. They're playing their best football of the year. And Coach Gundy has really built a very consistent program. I think one of the top programs in the Big 12 over the last 10 years, averaged 9+ wins a year going back to 2010. So the consistency that he's built in that program is what we're working for every day here, trying to build. Kind of preview them special teams wise. Coach Gundy's always had very good special teams units. They've always had really good specialists, and that's no different this year. Their top wide receiver, Stoner, is their punt returner. He's a threat. And then they've been very good on both their coverage units, their punt and their kickoff. Their punt team is very similar to ours. Defensively, they've played very well during this 3-game stretch, 3-game winning streak they're on. Been very good against the run the last 3 games in particular, the 3 down front. They've had 13 sacks the last 4 games. They're young on defense. Only start 1 senior. I think they're playing anywhere from 6 to 8 freshmen and sophomores on that side of the ball, and some of those guys are really talented. Been successful with pressure, especially here of late. Linebackers, number 11, number 20, both those guys run really well. That's part of the reason why they're playing the run so well here in the last 3 games. They've got a defensive end who's a freshman, number 94. He started really come on. He's really talented. I'm sure those guys are excited about him. And they've got where their veterans are at corner. Those corners have played a lot of football. They're long. They're physical. We'll have to be ready for those guys. And they got a safety that's maybe playing as good as anybody in the country right now at that position. I mean, look at his production over the last 4 games. He's around the ball all the time. That's Harvell Peel. And so they're playing their best football of the year here on defense coming in to it, and I think that's been a big reason why they've won those 3 games in a row. Offensively, top 10 offense in total offense. I think they're number 8 in scoring offense. And really, they've been consistently really good on offense going back to probably since Coach Gundy's been the head coach. Definitely since I started paying attention to him probably around 2007 or so. All starts offensively with Chuba Hubbard. I saw where Coach Gundy talked about him should be in the Heisman candidates, getting the invite to New York. I see no reason why not. He leads the nation in rushing. He's the complete package. He runs for power. He runs for speed. He's been incredibly durable. And he just wears you out. He wears you out. And so I'm in agreement with Coach Gundy that he's definitely deserving of being in the Heisman Trophy race for sure. I hope, and I wish him luck, just not luck on Saturday, and then I hope he goes straight to the NFL. So, but he's a heck of a player. The quarterback, Spencer Sanders, is a redshirt freshman, really athletic. He's done a great job leading their offense. They're one of the, I think they, and Mike, you tell me if I'm wrong, I think they lead the entire country in explosive plays. And he's a big reason why because of that, because you have to defend the entire field. He's got great speed. He's got a quick release. He can throw the deep ball. They've got a couple receivers that can really run. I think Dylan Stoner's their best one, but they've got a couple other guys, Wall, Johnson, some of those guys, or Wolf, those guys can really run. And and their offensive line is finally healthy. They've kind of been in and out with different lineups, but I think they're completely healthy coming into our game. So it's going to be a test for us. Maybe as difficult a task as we've had all year offensively. Final home game, senior day for 22 guys, and special day for them and their families. And so we need to redeem ourselves without a question. Last time we were in that stadium for a game, and we did not perform very well. So we owe it to our fans to be ready to play and put a better product on the field. So I hope everybody turns out and supports this team coming off a big win. And at the last home game, won't be back there until September. So with that, open up for questions.